Good morning and happy Wednesday. Today we are starting our division word problem review. Problem number 1 says, Allie had been saving large empty cans to serve as pots for sunflowers. If she has 54 sunflower seeds and there are 9 cans, how many seeds will be placed in each can if she places an equal number of seeds in each can? So we're starting with a total. We know we're dividing because division, word problems. We know it has to be 54 divided by the amount of cans, which is 9. Now, some of us are very comfortable with our 9s and they can just go right ahead and solve this. If you are not that comfortable with your 9s, you can always make a tape diagram. So we know that this would equal 54. And I'll go and I'll put my box. And then we would just count by 9s until we get there. It's okay if the boxes end up being a little uneven. Remember, tape diagrams look like fractions, but they don't have to be partitioned in equal spots as long as we're counting by the right number. So it would be 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and 54. So if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 groups of 9. Again, some of us are able to just look at this and go 54 divided by 9 is 6. We all want to be at that point because that's 4th grade readiness, being able to multiply and divide fluently within 100. That means that you can answer the problem within 5 seconds automatically, the way that we can automatically do 6 plus 6 or 10 plus 10. We want that same level of, oh yeah, it's 6. Let's look at problem number 2. There are 12 students in the class and 132 Skittles. So here we've got a big number. If the Skittles are divided equally among the students, how many does each student get? So when the numbers are this size, this is where we're still at that point where we're going to be working them out because our goal is to know everything within 100 quickly, but everything that's past 100 is something that we're still focusing on that memorization. So I've got my 132 divided by 12. So I'm going to show 2 strategies for the 12s because I know those are our challenges. I'll go and I'll set up a tape diagram and I'll draw a prettier one this time. Haha! Let me move my thingy. There we go. And we can also take a look at the approximation strategy. Now, 12 times 12 is one of those problems that's just in my brain because it's one of those perfect square problems. And I know that's 144. And I get the feeling that if I took one group away from that, if I took a group of 12 away, I'm going to end up at 132. I can work backwards this way. 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 minus 3, blah, I can't talk. Oh my gosh. 4 minus 1 is 3. And 1 minus nothing is still 1. So what I'm seeing is I knew an answer that was close, and I took away a group of 12 until I got there. So this is saying that it takes 11 groups of 12 to get to 132. Let's go and let's check that with our tape diagram. So 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108. Oh no, my tape diagram's not long enough. Tape diagram part 2, to be continued. Now, normally in school we would not do that and I would just extend this sideways, but the problem with the computer is I don't have anywhere to extend it sideways. So unfortunately, I have to come underneath. I know that's not what we would do in school. All right, and 12 more is 120. Oh, and I'm at 132. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and here we have 11 groups of 12. Now, I just realized that as I was counting, I switched from counting and listing 12 in my boxes to writing the number that I was counting by. And I understand that's a little confusing. I didn't realize I did that. So let me go back and let me fix that real quick. I counted by my 12s and I listed them. So you can do this here and just go 9, 18, 27, 36, and so on and so forth. Or you can always just list them the way that I did in this spot. Either one of those is a good strategy. All right, problem number 3. Ethan scooped 32 scoops of ice cream into 8 cones. How many scoops did each cone get? All right, hopefully Ethan will share some of his ice cream with us. 32 divided by 8. This is one of the ones that we want to know automatically. We open it up and our brain is like, yes, I've got this. If you're still working on your 8s, this is when you turn to your tape diagram and you'd count by your 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 8. Remember, when we multiply, it's groups of. It's always groups of. It's like packets of gummy snacks for lunch. You can multiply the amount of snacks inside each one. It usually tells you on the front contains like 12 gummy snacks or something by the amount of packets in your pantry. So if each one contains 12 gummy snacks and you have 10 packs of gummy snacks in your pantry, you have 120 gummy snacks. That's what we're doing here when we multiply and divide. It's looking at the groups. With division, we have a whole number and we're breaking it into groups. With multiplying, we're finding how many are in my groups. It's flip-flopped around. They're looking at either a total and splitting it up, or some groups and looking for the total. That's how you tell the difference between multiplication and division word problems. All right, number 4. A group of 24 friends rented 6 canoes. An equal amount of friends sit in each canoe. So we know we have an equal amount. That's very important for division. How many people fit in each one? So that's 24 divided by 6. Now, don't be tempted to come up here because here we counted by 8s. You need to check it for 6s because here we can look and be like, oh, there were 3 groups into 24, but we're dividing by a different amount. Here it's by 8, here it's by 6. So think about your 6s. Count by 6. You would go 6, then you go 12, 18, and then you'd be at 24. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 6 to get to 24. Just because you see a number in common between the problems doesn't mean that you can use the data again. Sometimes it's completely different, as it was in this case. All right, Amir has 48 chocolate chip cookies. He divided them into groups and put 12 cookies in each container. How many containers will he need? He will only need 1 container because he's going to give all those cookies to me. Just kidding. So here we have our lovely 12s again. We've got to get comfortable with the 12s. That's important for us because they are going to come and come and come. 12s will never go away. All right, so we're going to count with our tape diagram. We have 12, we have 24, we have 36, and here we are at 48. So that was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's take a look at our final problem. Glenn arranged his goldfish crackers into rows of 4 before eating them. So they're in rows of 4. Each row looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4. He started with 28 goldfish crackers. How many rows of 4 did he make? All right, so that's 28 divided by 4. Again, you do not have to do tape diagrams unless you are not immediately able to go, oh yes, it's whatever the number is. If you can look at this problem and immediately solve it, you do not have to use a tape diagram. If you need to work it out, use the tape diagram for that, or you can make a number list. You can go 4, 8, 12. I'm just using the tape diagrams because they're a little more organized than the number lists. So we're going to go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. We're not quite there yet, but I'll make it fit. 28. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 7. All right, guys. It is a class mini meeting today from 11:30 to 12. I hope to see you there.